Hey, this is AM Styles. I'm currently working with 17. I'm the person that's actually helping him do the business and music out there. I know a lot of people are complaining or saying that the music is old or it's been released before, but to be clear, let's go ahead and clear the air on all of this. One, yes, he has a catalog, and a catalog basically is a large number of albums, more than three. When you have more than three albums, you have a catalog where you then can re-release your music at any given moment. It's known in the industry that most people release their catalogs every 10 to 15 years. Eminem is just now releasing his, they call me, what's my name, Eminem, whatever the album was called. He's put up on Instagram. So people are going back out buying that. The whole reason for this is because his original music that 17 put out, yeah, they were released in CD format. And over the years, it's changed. It went from WMA to WAV, now to MP3 and MP4. MP4 is basically, both audio and video. Well, it takes us time to convert those CDs back to, convert them from WMA over to a WAV file, because every streaming site has their own requirements along with the images that go up there with it. So it takes us time to go through and do each song for every album and then redo the album cover. That takes time. So to make it clear, yes, we were releasing them for those that haven't heard it. There is also new music that we're releasing, but we're not releasing the full new album yet. Right now, our goal is to release this his music that a lot of people haven't heard or been out looking for. And that's where I come in. I'm helping him do that, to make those connections, to have those sales. So that way people know that he's there. And also what he's doing is talking to you all every day on YouTube. I convinced him, hey, become friends, become interactive with all your fans. So that way they know what you're doing and where you're at. Personally, I don't care about the different rumors, the lies, or whatever they're saying about 17 and all this music is old. Some of those people used to be friends or associated with 17. So yeah, they've heard some of those songs before, but the general public have not. If they have, then hey, it's from his other albums, Underground Volume 2, Underground Volume 1. Yeah, those are released. You can search the internet, you try and order it, it says unavailable. So I'm going through and converting each of his albums to make sure that they're done. That takes both time and money. Along with some of those albums, they have to be remastered. So that way they fit the new standard for streaming and MP3 files. You just can't upload MP3 files because, like with iTunes, they convert the files to a different format to where it plugs in their little code to keep it from being passed around without you paying for it. See, the whole industry is rigged to make as much money as possible. But I'm teaching 17 exactly how to have his own independent, his own money, taking out the middleman. His music is streamed on over 260 different streaming sites worldwide. I've been working with him for almost 2 years now. I'm the man that's helping him behind the scenes. He asks questions, I explain it to him. He picks up real quick, he runs with it. I cannot be more proud of him as an artist. So yeah, our whole goal is, keep Pimp's name alive, keep people talking about him, but at the same token, let everybody know that 17's been out here before he met Pimp. He had music. When he worked with Pimp, yeah, that was a great experience. He loves him, and he's gonna always love Pimp. Right now, to keep the torch going, 17 is going to keep bringing the music that everybody loves. Like I said, my name is AM Styles. I've been in the music industry for a long period, or in and out of the music industry for almost 3 decades. So I know the little tricks, everything that's going on. I know how everything changes. If you want to don't believe have stuff that I'm saying, go ahead and Google this. Google De La Soul and Time Boy Records, and you'll see how the music industry back then, if they put out an album, they cannot put out their album now to be streamed. They'll never collect money on it. It's all because of the contracts. And I've told everybody that has known me, don't do contracts. Take control of your own destiny and your own music, because ultimately that's your life. That's your legacy. And that's what 17 is currently doing right now, building the legacy, this time the right way with the right amount of people. Our team, we're focused on making sure that we're giving you everything. We don't have no negative stuff. We don't care about all the negative stuff. We're on a positive thing. There's too much negative already in the world. Those that want to hate, they can hate. I'd rather them take time and say, hey, congratulations. Let us all eat. There's enough for everybody. But if they want to just rather try and bring us down, let them. Don't care. We're not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. The whole purpose for me working with 17 is to get his voice back out there. And I tell you that some of his old stuff, if you already heard it, and once it's out, you're going to fall even more in love with his music. That I guarantee. And even the new stuff that we're working on, you're going to love it. So please, like I said, if you got any questions or anything, go ahead and, say your comments. Shout out everybody out there, Slow Forever, Galaxy Music, Monica, Amanda. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, like I said, my name is A.M. Styles. I'm the person working with 17. I'm always behind the scenes. He's been telling me to come on here. You might hear him talk about Pops. I'm not Pimp's dad. I'm the other one that they call Pops. And that's the whole thing. I want to teach people how it goes in the entertainment industry, not just music. I am a self-published author as well. I know that business. I've done fashion shows. I've done modeling, photography. That's the whole thing that 17 and our business, the business, that's what we're into. Making sure we bring you everything well-rounded, completing the objective, CTO. So once again, like I said, I'm keeping it very short and brief. I'm A.M. Styles, so quick questions you might have for me, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer. So that way, all the air is clear for everybody. And you have to excuse me, I'm been under the weather for a while, but when 17 said that people aren't really grasping what we're doing, I told him no worries. I'll get on here and I'll make sure that everybody understands and, come to his speak on his behalf. Even though I don't have to, it's clear. He has no reason to lie to you. Neither do I. But we do want to thank those that take time to go out to Bandcamp and purchase the different songs. We appreciate that. We appreciate you as the supporters and fans that you are. And if you want to help us, hey, tell your other friends, hey, check it out. If you like streaming music on Spotify, Tidal, Google Play, wherever, add 17 to your playlist. So that way, help get him other people to hear it. We get emails from all over the world, which surprises me because I'm like, wow, they understand. They hitting us up, and that's always a good thing. So once again, do I produce? Yes, I do produce. A lot of times I just tell people just send me go ahead and send me their music. I'll listen to it and I'll tell them what they need. Consulting fees are kind of high, so I don't try to limit who I really work with because I really don't want people to try nickel and dime me. But yeah, I do all that. Thank you, Monica. 17, he loves the fact that you all love the music and he has more to give you. I'm the one that's taking time to make sure that what is released is of quality and making sure that we can convert it to the right file. Yes, he's very talented. very talented, and I don't think a lot of people realize how talented he is. But I do. When I first met him, I saw something in him that a lot of people didn't really see or believe that he had in him, but he has it, and he's showing everybody that he's had it from day one. That's why we're going back and re-releasing all of his previous music or his catalog, because he has so many different albums, and there's more to come. I know earlier he said he has 11 albums. Yes, that's 11 albums that were done before I came into the picture. I guarantee you it's only more than 11 by the time I'm done. Country rap, hey, go for it. Like I said, we're open to hearing different things. You can go ahead and shoot an email. Let us check it out. I will tell you that please make sure that when you sit, if you got music or tracks, make sure that it's mixed correctly, because I've heard some stuff that was sent to 17 and it wasn't mixed correctly. The levels were off and it sounded too much. It sounded horrible, and it took me too long to go through and try and fix it to actually get an idea of what they're trying to do. So just always understand that in the music industry, it has to be clear, and the clearer it is, the better it is for us to work with anyone. Okay. Well, thank you, Amanda. Yeah, we can't wait to release them, and that's the whole thing. I know they told you all earlier that Underground Heat Volume 1 might come out either tomorrow or this weekend. The first round of editing has already been finished. I'll try and get the second and final round done over the weekend. Can't make any promises because I do have other clients I have to work with, but I know how this is important to everybody, from 17 to all the fans. So yeah, we'll try to get that out as soon as possible. So please bear with us. We don't want to release anything that is going to sound horrible on your phones or in your car. It's times have changed, so music is played on different devices, and we've got to make sure that it sounds good on every device, and that's where I'm making sure that that happens. All right, thanks, Shattered Star Games. We'll be looking out for your email, so that way we can check out the track as soon as we get it. Anyone else have any questions? Sorry that I may sound like I'm talking fast, but like I said, this is normally I should be resting, but hey, it is what it is. Business first and family. So business and family. So 17 is my family, and gonna make sure that he knows that I got his back, and definitely gonna support him for as long as I'm here on this earth. Yes, we do let the haters go. I tell him all the time that don't worry about them. I have been encouraging him, and I can actually say that from the time when I first started working with him, over the years, or the past 2 years, I should say, he has made a different change. He has been doing more positive stuff. He's not feeding into the haters because they're not paying him. Money talk, and they bullshit can walk. Straight up. I mean, we have no hate on anybody. Like I said, we'll work with anybody. If the money's right, we can work. If there's no money involved, hey, closed mouths don't get fed. Same with closed fists. So I'm not trying to work with anyone that's trying to use or get over on 17. Nah, we're not about that. I'm going to protect and make sure that he's good. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's my job. I'm a protector. So, and if you want to, like I said, 17, he's actually typing in the comments. So you can ask questions. 17, you want me to answer anything while I'm still alive? Go ahead. And yes, I do smoke. So guess what? Fuck it. This is what I do. But to give you all a little background about me, yes, when I was doing music, it was back in the late 80s and 90s. I was doing different tracks for people, wrote songs, R&B songs, some hip hop. I turned down deals because I refused to sign over my material, saying that the labels can own it. You can't own something that I write or I produce. It's mine. It's me. So that's what I'm teaching 17. That's what I'm showing him, that he owns this. When he speaks, drops a track, that's him. That's his life. That's the business. That's why you see when Master P, Cash Money, when everybody start coming out and forming, getting distribution deals. Well, now they've changed all of that. Now they still want to own all, some part of it. We're strictly independent, and we're making the moves. And we ask all of our fans, you know what, stand up, share our stuff, let others know about it. Hey, we get enough people that send in information for us to come out and do shows. We're all for that as well. We're not afraid to go to different cities and do stuff. Reach out to them. You want to reach out to me and say, hey, you can call me Pops, AM Styles, whichever. So, you can shoot me an email at A.M.Styles, STYLES 247@gmail. You can hit me up, send me a thing like, hey, 17, you want to have 17 do a show? Only serious inquiries. I'm not playing this nickel and dime stuff. That's this is not a candy store. This is how you run a business. And that's what we're trying to do for him. Yeah, I'm smoking it. Yeah. Yeah, he's learned everything from me. So I'm older than him. I've been doing it for a while. But back to what I've been doing. I've had offers to do music for the porn industry. I turned it down. Some books, if you read them, you might say that they sound like somebody else. But I can tell you that when you write, it's like your fingerprint. No one else can have that same style. And to be clear and fair, AM style stands for all my styles, because I do so many different things. Photography, music, writing, setting up businesses. That's where 17 and I, that's our business. That's what we do. He's part of my family and business. He's also someone I know can call at any given point. He can call me. We developed that type of friendship, so he is my family. And yes, we love the supporters. We can't do this without you all. And so all the other people that's making all these negative comments, just laugh. Ask them, what is wrong with what we're doing? We're not breaking any laws. Nothing we're doing is illegal. Everything that I'm teaching and showing him is all legal. It's all hard work. 17 comes up with an idea. We sit down, we go over it, and we start working on the details of it. So that way we put that plan into action. So when 17 says he's out there, he's out here working, yes. And yeah, sometimes I have to get on him about going live every day, because yeah, he want to stay in contact with you all. But sometimes I have to tell him, hey, that's cutting into our business time. We need to focus on the next stages of the different things that, different projects we have going on. So, yeah, for 17, like I said, yeah, you all can reach out to him. If you got questions on how to handle business, yeah, talk to him. He's up. He'll do it. He'll explain it to you as best as he can. But there's some things that he won't explain, because that's our secret, where we keep it under wraps until it's time to show the world. But there's, like I said before, there's more stuff coming. And I guarantee you, when you see it and hear it, you're going to be shocked. Shout out to the Houston, Texas Lab Riders, Flanagan Boys. We see you. Bong Chicka Wow for music. Yeah. Yeah. Back then, they wanted to do something different than what they were currently hearing, and I turned it down. I guess I was more at the time, I was too shy or embarrassed. I didn't want my family to know about it. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to hold back anymore about my talents or what I can do. I will show people, and that's what I want 17 to keep showing you all. He ain't afraid of shit. He's gonna get out there and show everybody, this is what I do. You like the music? Get you some. And I'm standing right there in the background, smiling and keep encouraging him and being a positive role model that he needs and everyone else that his fans need. The reason why, oh, that's 17 saying positive. Well, people hate on the positive stuff because they see something that in you that they don't have, that they wish that they have, someone that's supporting them or teaching them how to get to the next level in their life or in their career. And too often, people try to use the same type of thinking or thought process, thinking that what they did 15, 20 years ago is going to work in today's time. It's not. I've been teaching 17 how to think 10 to 20 steps ahead, just like in chess. Life is a chess game. You got to think ahead what your next move is going to be. And I tell 17 that I'm probably one, I play poker. I have a poker face, and I'll show you my hand. And I bet you I'll still beat you because only I know how to play my hand. Just like 17 knows how to play his hand when it comes to his music. He understands now that, hey, he's in control. And that's the best thing anyone can do. John Cena, what's up? What's up? Thanks, Galaxy Music. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Amanda, you're right. 17 does connect with his fans. That was one of the key things that I always told him, that he needs to connect with all the fans. That way they know who he is, not just hear his music, but also know who he is. You know, develop that relationship. Most artists nowadays, they don't take time to sit back and talk to the fans, hear how they're going, and go back and forth and have a conversation. That's the key thing. A lot of times in just period, in entertainment period, people their ego gets the best of them. But some people still like that, and so they still follow and try and be their fan. I'd rather keep 17 humble and show everybody, hey, he's just like you, like all of us. He puts his pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. He eat, shit, piss, and that. He's human. We're not above anybody else. And it also makes fans feel like, okay, I'm a part of something greater. And you are a part of something greater. You are fans, and we love and appreciate everything that you all do. Every time you buy a single or buy an album or even stream it on one of the different streaming platforms. I mean, that's one of the things that we appreciate the most. And yeah, 17, I mean, sometimes he's anxious to have me go ahead and release everything. I'm like, no, slow down. We don't want to throw everything out there at one time. We got to pace ourselves. That's why you see most artists, when they drop an album, they don't drop them for another 2 or 3 years. And that's because they want to make sure they get their money's worth, because that money comes from the record label. The stuff that we're doing, it's coming out of our pockets. So we're pushing this, hoping to make back what we've invested in, the time, the software, the equipment, just get all the stuff done. And at the same time, we're having fun with it. We have no pressure. The only person that people that's under pressure is him and I, and that's just if we set it on ourselves, and we don't. We all about having fun, being positive, smiling. That's why you see 17 laughing here lately. Just laughing. For negative for what? What can they really do? They may have one album, maybe 5 albums. That's it. What are they doing in the meantime? What other things are they doing? Are they really communicating with their fans? This is true, man. That misery does misery does love company. But you know what? All we can do is just keep smiling because it pisses them off. They have a choice: smile with us or just be hateful. Doesn't bother us. Those that smile and enjoy, hey, we here for you. They want to be negative, hey, go sit in timeout. While you're in timeout, life's gonna keep moving, and we're gonna keep moving with them. We're gonna do a show in Lafayette. Hey, find a club, get the promoter. If the money's right, we'll come anywhere. So if you know a club in Lafayette, go ahead and have them reach out to us, and we're more than happy to do that. So, any other questions? I mean, we'll love to do a show in Lafayette. We'll love to do a show in Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Chicago, New York, LA. Hell, we'll even go to UK or Amsterdam. We don't care. Wherever someone want to hear us, we're more than happy to come. The money's right, we there. Yes, we'll come to Cleveland. Even though it's kind of cold up there right now, but we'll come. Northern California, yep, been there. Been to the Bay Area, Sacktown. Got family all in California, so yeah, we'll be more than happy to do that. Well, my other producers, that's my cousin. He's in LA. So yeah, we got people all over. We wouldn't travel. No holds barred. Yeah. I believe you. It's cold up there. I'm originally from the Midwest, so I know how the winters get up there. And nope, can't do it. Yeah, 17 said, go ahead and click the link in the description. I'm sure he's put it up there. And go ahead and go through the current catalog because there's gonna be more added. Like he told you, I just added the other track yesterday, a new single. And where are you moving to, Galaxy Music? Hopefully someplace warm. So we appreciate you getting everything that we put out, Monica. We really do appreciate it. Oh, and we're thinking about doing a contest. I know 17's told everybody about the special album that we're compiling. That's going to be like the platinum version. So thinking about possibly you tagging us on Instagram, on all social media that you are that you have a profile on. Tag us. Let us do a screenshot so we can see that you're doing it and that you're pointing people to our pages. Who knows? You may get a special surprise or a special discount for the platinum, or maybe one of the other album or the new album that comes up. We haven't decided yet, but we're going to have something special for those that spread the word that 17 is still talking. Anywhere hot. Be careful when you say you're moving where it's hot, because some places that there's a hot with a lot of humidity, you don't want that. Then there's that places where there's dry heat, like in over in New Mexico and Arizona. Excuse me. I've been New Mexico and Arizona, and trust me, oh, it tore me up. I go to the emergency room, nose started bleeding. So just just be careful with that, especially if you have bad allergies. It's going to tear you up. But I've been on here for 30 minutes. You're welcome, Galaxy Music. Okay, yeah. It does take a lot of work to get on here to promote and market everything. I'm always adjusting our marketing plan for his project, and that's because how things have changed and how some people are copying or mimicking what we're doing, which I don't really care. Um, there's some things that they'll never get because they don't know, because I won't share it for free. But it does take a lot of time, effort, and energy. And one of the things that originally is that getting 17 on here and going live, it does take a certain type of individual getting from a camera every day, or even get on an internet radio station and talk every day to promote and say this is going on, or go out and buy this. It can get nerve wracking, and sometimes you don't know what to say all the time. I know personally that when I had my own internet radio show, I was doing 2 shows twice a week, 2 hours at a time, back to back. And I can tell you, writing content and making sure that it's marketed correctly, you get burnt out real quick. And even when you do music, you can get burnt out real quick. And that's why, another reason why I tell 17, we need to, space it, because I don't want him getting burnt out from always promoting the music, always trying to communicate, because in today's society, mental health is a big thing. And when you burn yourself out, then that's when those negative thoughts of suicide and everything else come about. I'm a big advocate for telling people about mental health. Hey, call the suicide hotline. If you search YouTube, you'll see something called the Fighter's Creed. I'm the person that actually wrote it. The track that I put up, it was just something I just threw together. Me and my son, who I'm teaching also to be a producer, and considering he's been doing it since he's 10, he's not bad. So it takes a lot to do everything independently. And I know I've done stuff, even my books, I'm independent. I've had deals, book deals. I just didn't like the fact that I did all the work and I didn't get very little royalties or none at all. So I'm more of doing stuff independent, so that way I own everything I say and I do. And that's the best thing that 17 has going for him right now, because he's seeing that how much work that he's putting in is paying off, but it's also taking its toll on him. So, I mean, bear with us if sometimes he doesn't have much to say, or he doesn't get on, or we don't drop a single every day, which I don't want to do. Our goal is either 1 to 2 singles a week of new material. Sometimes it may be something old. If I feel that it may not sell, I mean, it may sell better by itself than being lumped into a whole album, then yeah, I'll drop it just to keep you all happy. Let's see what else. Yes, I got a question. Okay, go ahead. Green Team Rip. What's your question you got for 17? Green Green Team, Rip, Pimp Chad, what's up? So you got a question, so go ahead and type it so we can answer it. Some of the songs that came out, as I said earlier, some of the songs may have come out in 2011 on a CD. We released it, cleaned up a little bit. It's not new, and as I said before, some songs may not be new. His previous people that was in his camp released stuff without his knowledge, or if they released it and didn't compensate him for it, or he got paid for it. We're just releasing his whole catalog. So don't knock us for putting out the album or a single. If you've already had it before, that's great. I mean, the whole thing is, I mean, go out to the website on Bandcamp. If you've already got it, that's great. No need to bash us for it, because there's people that haven't even, that may not have it. We will have stuff that, I mean, not every single is old. Some of the stuff is new. So and you have to understand that sometimes some of these older songs or that came out in previous years, I'll say before streaming became a thing, that music, yeah, you had your MP3. Back in the day, we had Napster. That's when MP3s first came out. Well, even Napster back then, you had to upload them in a certain way, a certain format. Now with streaming, there's 3 different formats depending on who it is. So not everybody has a CD player in their car, depending on how new your car is, which do not have CD players. So converting some of the songs that we have is the old audio files that I have to convert to be able to go up into these different streaming sites. And even on Bandcamp, it has to be a certain format. So a lot of those songs were in with the WMA, which is used in a lot of CDs, converting those over. Then you got to clean them up depending on how it was done. So it's not to put stuff out to misrepresent anything or to tell you that it's new. No, that's not our goal. That's not what we're doing. Yeah, some of the stuff that may have come out like 2017, I was not a part of that. That was with his old management, which we will re-release up under on the Bandcamp for him, because there's issues with the previous management, so that will be addressed in the near future. But some of the stuff that you're seeing, or you may have seen some of these albums released before or in the past 2 years, understand that some of that was not him that had access to the music or the money. So when you hear people say, yeah, that the industry is shady, that people will get over on you, yes, that is very true. And 17 would tell you that I'm probably one of the only people that he's met that is a man of his word. I told him, all the money goes to you. I set everything up to where he sees it before anyone else. I want him to make sure that he gets paid for what he's done. My fees and services comes after he receives his money. We're not lying to you, man. I mean, I get it. I mean, people, you might hear the different stuff. Oh, this came out before. And I addressed that earlier in the live broadcast, is that some people are going to complain. We can't control that. Not everybody's gonna like what we do. But at the same token, I'll clarify anything that you got, any questions you have. Yes, we're releasing his catalog, basically some of his older music. And when you have 11 albums, then yeah, we can pick and choose if we want to release each album, or pick out different songs and say, hey, let's release this one until we can go through and clean up some of these other songs. I'll be first to tell you, his very first couple of albums, they need work on them from an engineering standpoint and production. Got to clean that stuff, got to clean that sound up. Some tracks are easier than others. Some, it takes a lot of scrubbing just to fix. So it's not that he's trying to lie or that he's trying to get over. It's not our game. We don't do that. We're being straight. We're doing positive stuff. That's it. You have to, some tracks may be old and some tracks may be new. I mean, I'm the one that's actually, I'll sit down with 17. I'll tell him what tracks I like, and if we, I told him to pick 2 out of the 6 that I may pick, and that's what we try to release during the week. It's not that we're trying to get over or lie to you. 17 is just happy, and sometimes you know how you get so happy that, hey, I'm seeing a difference. We're doing this, this, and this, and sometimes he may speak too fast and get so excited that he may have misspoken. That's the whole thing. I mean, that's why I'm here. When he said everybody was questioning about older songs and they feel that no, that's not our game. It's not in a game. Only thing we're worried about is going to business and bringing music. So. What skeletons will let out the closet? What skeletons was out the closet, green team? That the track with Baby was a new single. I can see how he probably misspoke that because when I heard it, I was like, hey, let's release this one, because I never heard it. And I was like, hey, it's a new track. It's something, just get something out there. It was because I guess I didn't release anything for a few days. And every day he's saying, well, they want something new. They want something new. But as I explained earlier, it takes time to actually go through and convert these files over. It's not like I can just pop the CD into my system, rip it to my system, and upload to the streaming site or even the Bandcamp. It has to be at a certain format. And like I said, I've not heard all of 17's music. There's stuff I haven't heard that he put from Underground Volume 1. I hadn't heard until he gave them to me. But you also understand that because I work with so many different people, I don't sit right here and just follow one artist. So please, I mean, don't hold it against us. I mean, that's all we ask is, I mean, we appreciate you supporting us, and everybody has skeletons. I mean, you're going to hear stuff. People going to say, well, that came out 9 years ago. I know, because I heard it first. Well, as I said before, some people that you might hear some of this stuff from were part of a group that he was with or hung out with or associated with. Just like when I have new music from that I might be willing to put out for somebody else, I'll have a listening party of that track before I actually let the public hear it. And that's, I mean, and so they'll say, well, I've heard it before. I'm like, how? Oh, well, my friend, and with today's technology, people can record some of the music that I may play for them. And that's why I make sure everybody leave their phones at the door, because you walk out of my place with the music, we got a problem. So, I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but I'm like I said, just chart it to his heart. He's not trying to get over on anybody. We are working on having a new album. We're just putting up his catalog. It takes time to go through each and every one. Just like there's one track that no matter how much I try to scrub, the engineer or producer who did it did a horrible job. I can't even use it. But that's an issue that 17 I will have to work out. So understand that. Yes, going forward, I'll make sure that 17, be real. In fact, going forward, if there's any single that's been released, I'll make sure that I'll notate for on Bandcamp and everything else that what year it came out, so that way you all will know when you see it. How about that? Will that help keep down the confusion for everybody? What 17 is saying is that it may be new to some people because despite it may have come out 10 years ago, but some people may not even been old enough to even buy a record then. I mean, I don't know what the age range of the fans, but it's new to somebody. And when you hear, I mean, I don't know if you all heard it 10 years ago, but it's still new to people that haven't heard it. Yeah, the person that probably throwing all this stuff out, you have to understand, is trying to cause you all to feel a certain type of way. And the more he's able to do that and put doubt, make you question everything that we're doing, then I don't know. I mean, we still thank you, but like I said, we'll try and find a way to where you understand that, hey, we're not dropping or releasing anything as new if it's been released before. So that way you understand. So people that may be feeling some type of way saying, oh, well, I heard that before, I got the CD, this is what it's on, they tell you to go look it up, then, hey, that's what we'll do. And that's just to keep it 100. The thing is for us is that for some people, it may be new. Even if I had some of my old music and I played it for you, and that's over 20 years old, it'll be new to half of you all that follow 17 because of my age and the kind of music I did. So I get what he was saying. I also get what everybody else is saying. Just like some of the songs that you may hear on the radio now. Some of the instrumentals, they're old songs, but they pass them off as new. I'm still a lot older than you, Mike. Still a lot older than you. Let's just say I'm knocking on half a century. So, but overall, like I said, we're very thankful that you all have actually, took time to support, buy the music, get on here every day. Like I said, all we want to do is have positive vibes. We want to try and build something that, hey, everybody can like. And yeah, it could be disheartening that you find out that, oh, well, that song came out 10 years ago. Okay. But the question boils back down to this. Did you like it? Did you like the song? That's what we want to know. That helps us. That helps us when we make new music. Okay, let's show the progression on this style, on this beat, or this flow. That's correct, Tank. There is a lot of people that really don't know how to market music or really know how to get it out there. I deal with a lot of up and coming artists, and they swear up and down that they know how to get their music playing. They want to go from recording an EP to one to perform on stage of 100,000 people, but yet and still they haven't built up their fan base. They haven't even scratched the surface on the business aspect. That's what I'm doing with 17. I'm showing him the deeper levels of the business aspect, that getting this stuff out there. Because it's not like it was back in the days where you can go pop your trunk, sell out your trunk. People are more afraid to go towards anyone popping a trunk. So if we can get it to you with you not having to worry about drive all over town to meet up, it's right there at the click of a button. That's what we're going to do. We're also going to make sure that you're able to hear it on streaming websites. So that's what it is. Yes, all this previous music, no, it was never really just distributed the way it should have been done. That's where I come in, and that's what we're doing. It's going to take a while. Like I said, 11 albums. And I can tell you personally, when some albums have 16, 17 tracks on them, and going through each one, that's about a day and a half's worth of work to edit, listen to repeatedly, to make sure that before that album is released, it sounds good. So I got about another 5 minutes left. So any questions, comments? I hope I answered the question about the skeletons. I don't know. I have an idea who said something, but I'm now gonna give them the time of day or the recognition that they want. The thing is what it all boils down to is, do you love the music? Do you miss this type of music compared to what's on the radio? If so, let us know. That's what we want to hear. Taking time to go back and forth arguing about people, music, it's not productive. We want to be productive. We want you all to understand that we're here for you because you're here for us. And without you, we wouldn't be here. So our main goal is to provide you with the music, whether it's new or old. If it's old, charge so hard that we're getting it out so everybody can hear it, and not just people hear about it like, where can I buy it? Where can I buy it? Now you know, come directly to the source. And like I said, essentially now we make sure that he is the source for you to go and get your stuff. You're welcome, Monica, and thank you, Green Team. In fact, thank all of you all for, like I said, taking the time out of your day to, sit, talk to me and 17. Let us know what you're feeling, what you're thinking, so that way we have a better rapport with each other, and you know that we care about how you feel about the music and everything else. And I can honestly say that, yeah, 17 is not your average person that can actually get up here and speak without getting flustered, because it is difficult to sit right here and speak to different people and try and read the comments. Luckily, I've done it from my desktop to where I can actually see all the comments as they come through. And that is a big help for me, because I know when 17 goes live, he's doing it on his phone. He's moving around doing what I asked him to do earlier. So this, I hope, helps settle some of the confusion. Like I said, we're here to provide the best music possible. Yes, he'll, once I log out of the system, I'm sure that he'll get on and Seth will get on and say that he's sorry for the confusion, and that he's keeping it 100, and that he's just, open book. We're not afraid to apologize for any confusion. I know, Green, I said that because I'm logged into his account. Only one of us can really be on at one time. I'm at my residence. He's at his residence. So you have to understand that, yeah, he will be on later to, do his apology. And I understand, Green. I mean, you hear from somebody else, and that was their intention, was to piss you off, to make you hate 17. But like I said, we had no time for hate. We're all about positive. I mean, I'm sorry that you were, or we're sorry that you were informed that way. But like I said, going forward, we'll make sure that it's notated that some of the music or some of the singles were released previously. And Green 17 is actually, I mean, he's typing in the room, in the comments, so he can type that he's sorry and everything else. I mean, he's reading it just like I'm reading it, except if you want a live video apology, then it'll have to be done after I get off the system, and which I'll be doing that here shortly, because I do have other things I need to go take care of. So if there's any other questions, or understand. So, and we appreciate you, and thank you, Green, for, like I said, telling us what the problem is and the skeletons. Like I said, I didn't know. I was busy trying to get not the new album, I'm sorry, get the Underground Volume 1 taken care of. So yes, we're working on some designs for a t-shirt line. Some of you may have noticed that he has his own logo now. So we're trying to start building up his brand with his logo. So yes, we're going to try and get that taken care of in the near future. When exactly, don't know. Just got to find the right company that's going to make sure that the money's right. Refurbishing, I won't say refurbishing. It's more so just getting that catalog out there. There's people have asked for some of the older albums, and so we got to get those converted and out. So if you want to call it refurbishing, rebranding, redistributing, it's I mean, you can Google a lot of that stuff, so you can see how old it is. But like I said, I was trying not to change the original album cover, all because I don't want people to think that it was new. So that way, if you ever look at the album cover on some of the tracks, I mean, on some of the music, you'll see that, yeah, it's the same image. On the singles, I'm the one that's creating the images. And it's just what I feel that would draw people in. Just to play around, just get people like, hey, I like the album cover. I mean, that's the single cover. And that's because streaming sites, when you upload a single, they want a cover. And I don't want to use the same cover that we use for the album. That's my choice. So please, once again, forgive me if I'm just trying to, keep it fresh and exciting for everybody by creating a new single cover, not an album. The album covers, you'll know when they're mine, because I'll have a little egg in there, so you'll know. I guess the first album cover I did for him was Resurrection. Me and Tony Snow, we designed it. I went through and made the different touches to it and made sure to work. Glad you like the baby song, Joseph Bailey. We appreciate that. What came out with them last year? 2017 should. I don't know for sure, but with this old management, it should have came out end of 2017, right on the beginning of January of 2018. But I also know that Resurrection came out around the same time or a week or two before that. And so those are only two that full albums or new albums that have came out. We've been dropping singles off and on for the past year. Mainly we started doing singles, I think in May or June. I should say new singles. We started doing singles. Some of the songs may have been old. Some of them were just new. Some of them may have had the same title, but they were redone. Different people may have rapped on it. So just because someone said that it came out before, make sure that they understand that some songs may have been redone and other artists may have been pulled off of them and others added. We hope to do a tour. I don't know when. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff has to be addressed before that can happen, especially when it comes to pay and everything else. And promoters understand what is required. So I can't say when or how soon that is, because doing a tour is tiresome and a very lengthy process. I appreciate that, Green. Yeah, we all need peace. I mean, don't know Hen or Big Freaky, but like I said, I don't know those people. My job right now is getting his music, whether it's new or old, but right now we're focused on getting his catalog, his previous albums out. But like I said, it costs too much to try and do them all at one time to convert them over to the correct format. So there's always going to be division, no matter where you are in the world when it comes to music. You can think of some back when I was growing up, there's some artists that had a falling out and it took years for them to get back together. Like I said, you never know. I mean, I don't know where things really stand right now, but I will say that that the thing for us right now is more of the positive, and my focus is to get his music out, both old and new. So any relationships that became sour or became bad, that's on the back burner for now. I mean, I will say that trying to make peace, it's always a two-way street. And that's one thing that I've always told him, hey, you can reach out to people, you can do whatever, but let's not feed into the negative. And I will honestly say that when I first met him and I heard I know what happened, I would be upset too, because personally I've had my music, one of my books stolen, and hey, I'm not gonna feed into it. What was done in the dark will come to light. So, but yes, I do need to get off here. I need to go get my kids. So, once again, thank you all the supporters. We love you all and hope that everything is, back on a level playing field, and that if you got any questions, you can go back to the beginning of the video. I gave out my information. You want to email me, you want to talk to 17. That's the whole thing where we are right now. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody, and long live Pimp Chad, 17. Salute. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening.